What's your take on the topic of visualization and manifestation? Maybe you've heard of the book The Secret, or Think and Grow Rich, or How to Get What You Want. Thinking about something, seeing it and manifesting it into reality. Whether that's money pouring into your bank account, new partner, travel the world, chisel ripped abs, or just a joy and happiness where you wake up each day and you feel healthy and good about your life. Is it possible? Can you manifest? Can you visualize what it is that you want into reality? I've got a story to share with you, my own personal journey about what I've done to use the power of manifestation, and my take on whether it's an absolute load of baloney or it actually worked. So let's jump into it. If wanting to know how to improve yourself financially, emotionally, physically, mentally, have the money that you want, turn the goals and dreams that you want into reality, then let's have a look at the power of manifestation and visualization. Hi, my name's Trevor Russell. Like this video, give me a thumbs up and share your comments, because the more interaction, the better. The more you learn, the more we can help and I can help. And let's dive into it. Let's talk about this topic of manifestation and visualization, and my own personal journey as to what I've learned about this whole topic of visualizing and utilizing goals and beliefs to transform my thing that I'm imagining that I want into reality, with me doing it, living it, having it. Does it work, or is it a load of baloney? So let's go back a bit. I was in my early 20s, I was working in the hospitality industry, and I still to this day don't know how I came across it, but I ended up having a book, and I don't have it with me here, it's at home, but it's called Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. And I picked this book up for $2 somewhere in a shop. I've still got it. It's the pages are looking like they're rusting, they're brown, but this book for me opened my mind to the world of the power that we have within our mind. And it opened me up to understanding the laws of creation and manifestation, and what it is that we think and what it is that we focus on brings those things into our life, both good and bad. And it changed my life. It changed my life. And what I did back then was I was working in the hospitality industry, so I asked myself the question, and this is one of the first lessons in the power of manifestation, is the questions that we ask ourselves. Because so often, if we're not aware, we think in statements. For example, I can't do this. There's no way that would be possible. I can never get out of this situation. It will always be this way. This is just the way that I am. These are rigid, concrete, dug deep into the ground beliefs that I know for a fact are just beliefs, because I have had those beliefs, and I also think from changing those beliefs that things start to change. And I'm not saying this is easy. I'm not saying what I'm talking about here is some simple, easy pill that you take and all of a sudden you can manifest the house of your dreams and have all the money that you want flowing in, have the love of your life, have the chisel ripped body and abs. But I do know this: humans struggle with making decisions because they know that that's going to bring up fear of uncertainty and change, and also confusion, which is how to do it, or it's just easy to stay where I'm at, because the brain actually is always trying to conserve energy. The brain will always try and keep us stuck in a situation, even if we don't like it, because it just knows that it's easier to stay there because it's trying to conserve energy. And whenever we think of something new that we've never done before, it is going to give us thoughts and feelings that are, it won't work, you can't do it, you're going to get hurt, it's a risk, it's not going to happen, because it's trying to protect us from a danger that doesn't exist. So getting back to my story, back then I decided to ask myself better questions, which was, if I was going to be doing the work that I truly wanted to be doing, that would fulfill me and give me all the things that I wanted emotionally and financially at that point in time, what was it? And the decision and idea that the idea I came up with was, I worked in the hospitality industry, so why not work for the best company? And I just put it out there, which was, I want to travel, I want to be paid to travel, I want to get the best training. And if I'm going to work in this industry doing this thing that I'm doing in hospitality, I want to work for the best, get the best training, have the opportunity to travel, and just to make it the most fulfilling career that I possibly can. Now, at the time, I had no idea what that was or how it was going to look, but I put it out there, I wrote it down, and I just kept focusing on believing that this was the truth and this was going to happen. And every time doubt set in, I just kept going back to, it's possible, I can attract this, I can do this. And at the time, I'm applying for jobs, because this is the other thing with manifestation and the power of goal setting and seeing and believe what it is that we want, that we haven't manifested yet. It is actually taking action, and actually taking imperfect action, because this is the other killer of the power of this is the other dream killer, or the killing of utilizing the power of manifestation, is I've got to get it perfect. When I get it perfect, when I've done the course, when the kids have gone back to school, when I get the promotion at work, then I'll do it. That is actually just fear dressed up in a different cloak. It's fear trying to protect us, giving thoughts and feelings that seem so true and logical that it would mean that we don't have to take action. So what's the learning in that? The learning is, while we have those doubts and fears, it's not possible. I could never go and attract that job in hospitality and travel and do that. I have to then go and say, thanks for sharing, brain, but all you are thoughts in my brain, and I'm just going to keep moving forward, seeing my goal, focusing on it. And was it hard? Yes. Was it clunky? Yes. Did I apply for things that went nowhere? Yes. And I even remember back then, I'm really showing my age now, my grandmother I never even had a resume. I mean, I left school, got a job here and there, and I can't even remember having a resume. And then I said to my grandmother what I wanted to do, and she was a really influential person in my life back then. Love you, Nan, passed now, but I'm sure she's around somewhere. I asked her to help me to write my resume, and I remember her typing it on her typewriter, and I sent that resume out applying for jobs in the hospitality industry that I felt would be heading in the right direction, that would help me turn my goal and dream and vision that I wanted to manifest into reality. And I kept applying and nothing was really happening. I thought there was one company that would be the company that I would work for, but that went nowhere for the moment. But then one day I got a call from a recruiter in Sydney, and they said, we are bringing a restaurant nightclub chain from California to Australia, and we're looking to employ staff to come and open this restaurant nightclub, and would you like to apply? We got hold of your resume. To this day, I have no idea how they got hold of my resume. I'm sure I probably sent it to them for another job. Anyway, I had to pay for my own ticket. I caught a bus because I didn't have enough money to get a plane, and I caught a bus to Sydney for the job interview. And by the way, addendum, that there could also be another dream killer, vision killing decision, which is I don't have the money to go and do the job interview, so I won't go, right? So it's all these little tests along the way to turn the goal and dream into reality. And I caught the bus and I went there, and I'm like 20 years old and really no idea about too much, and here these people were, the American, and focused, and took me through this whole interview process. And to this day, I don't quite know how I did it, but I got the job. I got offered a job as a nightclub manager for a restaurant nightclub chain called Bobby McGee's, and I was going to then, get this, be flown to California, all expenses paid, to live in Huntington Beach, California, to do 3 months management training. Here I was, I attracted the opportunity to fly and get training, to do the training and then come back to Australia to open the nightclub. And I got home and I told my parents what I'd done and attracted, and they were supportive, but there was also some feedback from my family. Oh, it's a bit risky. How can you do this? Just get on a plane and travel, and you've never been there before, which kind of went over my head. But now looking back on that, I can see the fears that some of my family members had about their reasons why they can and can't do certain things, right? So then that's what I did. It's my Johnny here. So I did that. I got on the plane and went to LA and did the training. And was it easy? No, it was so hard and I was so out of my depth, and most of the time I was winging it and it was really stressful. And I got back to Australia and I did this job, and was it all smooth sailing? No, it was extremely challenging, but I did persevere. And the general manager of the Bobby McGee's, his name is Royce Ring. If you ever get to see this video, Royce, thank you. You are so instrumental to the development of my career and helping me turn that goal and dream and vision into reality. And you even taught me the power of the checklist. So to this day, I still have a checklist with the dash next to it to help me mark off what it is that I'm doing each day to get whatever it is that I want to get done. Yeah, so thank you, Royce. So here I was working from a restaurant nightclub chain in the hospitality industry, and I had traveled, I'd been paid to travel, and I'd manifested that goal into reality. Was it easy? No. Was it hard? Yes. Was it overwhelming and confusing? And I moved to Sydney. I packed up my whole life from where I lived in Melbourne, and I moved to Sydney. That in itself, for many, could be a dream killer. I don't know, and I'm not saying I've got this figured out, because let me tell you, on my journey, I have dropped the ball so many times. But I have also had a lot of wins, and part of the reason I'm doing this video about the power of manifesting a better life, whatever that is for you, it is possible, but there are some things that we need to know and follow and do to make it work, because it's not just about, oh, I'm deciding and I see it and it's going to happen. But coming back to the story and the learning and the journey, I did that job, and then I woke up one day and I realized that I didn't want to do that anymore, and it was time for me to move on to something else. And there was a big gap in there. I did some personal training, I did some other crazy stuff in between. I believe I call it these different gaps that we have in life. But then I decided that I wanted to be a marketing manager. I know, right? Go figure. From working in a nightclub manager to becoming a marketing manager. And I guess I am one of these people that I do realize that there is a power in making a decision and going for something, even if it can seem so unreasonable to make happen and make a reality at the time. But through the power of what I've learned through reading Maxwell Maltz's book and Think and Grow Rich, and another book here I'll share with you, and I'll put a link below to give to if you want a copy, which is called How to Get What You Want by Wallace D. Waddell, right? Great little book. Will take you half an hour to read, but filled with such great wisdom about how to get what you want from wherever you're starting. No matter how hard the situation is, no matter what it is that you can do. Is it easy? No. Will there be challenges? Yes. But is it possible? Yes, it is possible. But just to let you know, I then decided that I wanted to become a marketing manager, and following these rules of utilizing the power of visualization, I got a vision of me sitting at a desk in a corporate office with a marketing team, and I'm typing on a computer, and I'm on a 6-figure income. And that was me being a marketing manager at the time. And I didn't even know what I was typing on the computer. I don't even think I knew how to use a computer back then, but I came up with that vision. And I stuck to that vision, and I kept seeing that vision, and I kept seeing it and feeling it. And I even visualized at times me kind of going on this journey where I got a job, I did this, I got that, and I would get to my goal. And I kept focusing on it, and I was applying for jobs, and it was tough, because at that time I didn't have a university education, I didn't have a degree, and I had to go back to school, and I went back to uni as a mature age student, and I ended up landing. I went and did a diploma of marketing management with TAFE, and I ended up landing a little marketing manager role for an events company in North Sydney, and that was the door opener that I needed. But I had applied for over 100 jobs. No, don't have enough experience. No, can't do it. But I persevered, and I ended up getting this marketing manager role, and that was my in. And I worked that job as hard as I could, and it was in a CRM, and we did direct mail marketing back then, and it was extremely challenging, and oh my God, the learning curve was next level, through the roof. But I did it. I kept going, and I then went back to uni, and I enrolled to do my business degree and Masters of Marketing, and I studied part-time for 8 years. And I kept going, and I ended up applying for other jobs, and I did a few different marketing roles, but I ended up going for a job with a large IT company based in Sydney, and I ended up getting a job as the head of marketing for a company called Expedite Systems, and I was a marketing manager there. And one day I woke up, and I'm sitting in the office typing on a computer, doing a marketing plan. I had a small marketing team. I was on the income that I wanted and visualized back then. And I sat back, and I've gone to myself, wow, it's friggin' real. I manifested it into reality. And it just blew my mind. And look, I've got so many more stories that I can share about the journey that I went on to manifest so many other things. I decided to then go and build a broker finance business, and I had a vision of me sitting in my lounge room, working on my remote computer with the breeze blowing in from the ocean, and I was on a 6-figure passive income that I'd built. And 9 years later, I ended up there. I built a finance broking business. I was working for myself. This is back in early 2000s, and I did it. Was it easy? No. Were there many challenges? Yes. Did I drop the ball? Yes. Did I end up losing most of it? Yes. But I guess what I'm sharing with you is, while I haven't got it all figured out, I do believe that the power of manifestation works, because I've done it so many times, and I'm doing it again now. I'm doing this video not just for any of you who want to get the benefit of hearing whether it helps you in some way, my story about what I've done to utilize the power of manifestation, to have money flowing in, have a better career, better business, get out of financial ruin, build a happier, healthier, wealthier life in whatever way it is for you, that it is possible. It can work. And I'm doing this video not just for you, I'm doing it for me too, to remind myself of the key fundamentals that go towards the recipe of making goal setting and manifestation work. So let me wrap this video up with what I want to share for myself and to you that want to utilize these tools. If you're not already, and if you are, well done, to utilize the power of manifestation and goal setting and beliefs to turn whatever it is that you want into reality. And I'll make this quick. The first thing is belief. You've got to believe that what you want is possible without even knowing how. The first thing is belief, and this is the hardest thing, I think, is to firstly believe that what you want and you've decided that you want is possible. The next thing is to decide what it is that you want, and as measurable as possible that it can be, or visually engaging as possible as it can be. So let's talk about money for a minute, because I think money is a good one, because so many people want it and it's an easy thing to measure. So let's just say, for example, you want to make $10,000 a month from your business, let's say, right? Now, or your career, or whatever it is, wherever you decide that it's going to end up coming from. Let's say it's $10,000 a month. You've got to write this figure down and say, manifested $10,000 into reality, and this is how I've done it. And there at first might be nothing written under the 10,000. Then the next thing is to ask yourself, How do I manifest this $10,000 into reality, and what do I see myself doing to be of service to others in honest, abundant, ethical ways? Because we always want to do things the right way. And this is the other thing about manifestation. Whatever we ask for, we can have if we're willing to ask for it and be courageous enough to let the power of manifestation happen. For example, some people think that they've got to go and rip people off to make a lot of money, because that's what they believe to be true. Other people believe that they can have wealth and abundance, health and happiness, whatever it is, in ethical, honorable ways. It's all belief. It's all belief. So I'm going to say we manifest the $10,000 a month in ethical, honorable ways by being of service to others, utilizing our skills and talents, whether it's in a job, whether it's in a business. It's up to you. And then what I want you to do is, whether it's this vision or any vision, to see this vision realized. Write it down. Imagine it, see it in your mind, and possibly maybe just keep it simple in the beginning, because this can also be very overwhelming, and it's also going to test your fear. It's going to actually have your fear say to you, it's not possible, you can't do it. And that's why then the next thing is, you've got to start saying to yourself, it is possible, I can do it, I can figure it out. Because the thing is, it's going to be the taking of the action, while your brain is giving you all the reasons to tell you not to do it, why it's not possible, why you don't have the time, and it's all too hard, and just stay doing what you're doing and just hope and pray it gets better, which is just fear, right? It's just fear trying to protect you. Because you think about anything that you've previously not known how to do or haven't achieved, I bet if you reflect on anything, because you are a manifester, you've manifested it in other areas, think about what you've manifested. Think about wherever you're doing, whatever you're doing now, good, bad, whatever, at some level you've made a decision and ended up there because of what you've decided that it is that you want to do and have, whether you believe you deserve it or don't deserve it. It's all come from a decision and going and ending up on that goal and ending up in that situation, right? Now, I'm not saying that this is easy, and I'm not wanting to be disrespectful to your situation. If you're struggling financially, or if you're in a bad place, it's really, really tough and hard, I send you love and compassion and understanding. But I also want to say that you have a choice. You have a choice to decide, as hard as this is, what can I do to help myself, to say to myself, I do deserve to move forward. What was, and I know the worst things have happened to all of us. I've been through the worst times where I've had complete nervous breakdowns. I've ended up in the worst place, depressed, on medication. I tell you, I've been there. I've been there where I've had no money, and I've been staying on a friend's couch. I honestly can say it. And I'm not saying that this journey is easy, but it's also very, very possible. There are so many books that you can read. There's so much information. You can go to the library and get a book out for free and not pay anything if you really want it. This is the thing with manifestation and goal setting. You've got to want it so bad. You've got to be willing to focus on it, and you've got to be willing to not let any other opinion of other people stop you. But we have this ability, and this is what I believe, an ability to turn what it is that we want to change and fix and do into reality. But it's not just about thinking about it. It's about deciding what it is, seeing it, focusing on it, writing it out, taking baby steps or taking big steps, but to just keep moving forward to whatever that vision and goal is. And it's possible. I have been working with someone recently in my business. She lost all her money through a very, very emotionally abusive domestic violence relationship, and she lost all her money. And she has rebuilt because she decided she wanted to build financial independence for herself, and she decided on a goal that she wanted. She wanted to be a property investor. She wanted to have passive income that pays all her bills. Now, she's still on her way. She hasn't completely achieved all her goals, but she went to work. She lost a weight. She put on all this weight through all the emotional abuse, and she invested in herself. She got help. She read the books, and she stayed true to her vision and goal, and she's still on that path to visualizing and manifesting all that she wants into reality. But she's doing it, and she has saved money, and she's bought a property, and now she's buying another property, and she's healthy, and not without challenge and not without hard days, but she's got her goals, and she's visualizing it and doing it, and she's on the path. So guys, thank you for watching. I hope you find value in this. If you want a copy of the book, if you want a copy of this book, How to Get What You Want, and also some other guides I've put down the bottom, my little checklist on how to manifest your goals and dreams into reality, how to build financial independence, and how to get what you want and build the life that you want. I've got resources down there below, but let's wrap up on the key points. Decide what you want. Be willing to go for it while your brain's telling you that it's not possible. Be willing to take the baby steps while you feel fear. You will live, you'll be okay. Put it down on paper, see it, ask the universe, how can I do it? Give me the answers, give me the direction. How can I prosper in the work that I'm doing? How can I start from where I'm at and get to where I want to go? What can I do with what I've got to improve my life, to have the health, to have the money, to take charge of my financial independence, to build a happier, healthier, wealthier life, whatever it is. Write it down, be willing to utilize this amazing technology that we've got and focus on what it is that you want. In another great book by Wallace D. Waddell, actually, it's called The Science of Getting Rich. He said there'll always be corrupt politicians. There will always be bad in the world. There'll always be things going on. But focus on getting rich and whatever rich is to you. Now, I know there's some people that have energy around money or whatever they believe, because that's what they believe. But whatever rich is to you, maybe rich is to you that your bills are paid, the kids are fed, and you're healthy and happy living in a home where you feel safe. Or maybe that you want to build a multi-million-dollar business, or you want to travel the world, or you want emotional and physical well-being, or you just want to have the peace of knowing whatever you're going through that you can get through it. Whatever it is for you, it is possible to do that. And that's what I wish for me, and that's what I wish for you. So tell me, what is it that you want to manifest? If you could not fail, if you could only succeed, what is that goal that you want? What is it? How does it look? What is it that you're willing to do in the right ways for you and everyone around you to manifest that important goal and vision into reality? Please tell me. I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear your comments. I love this information because it's been so helpful for me, and that's why I'm revisiting it. I recently turned 60. I turned 60 in February, and I had lost a lot of money. I had quit my job last year, and I found myself earlier this year feeling like I'm literally starting over. Not enough in my super, not enough in whatever I think that I need to have what I think I need to have in the future. But through the good grace of me revisiting this information and some very good people around me that I have gone to and asked for help and guidance, what can I do? How can I do it? What can I do to serve and receive? And that's what's led me here to share this video with you. I attracted a wonderful company that I'm now working with, where I'm mentoring new to industry brokers, helping them build their businesses. I'm building my broker finance, money services business, and I'm taking the best care that I can of myself. And I'm here with my little Johnny, who I actually manifested through COVID because I decided I wanted to have a little dog, and I had a picture of a little dog, and I sold a property at the time and came into some money, and I turned my little vision, not little, well, he's little, there he is here waiting patiently for me. I manifested Johnny into reality. So I'm on a journey just like you. I haven't got it all figured out, but I do know this information and these tools do work if we work them. We've got to work them. So please, go for what you want. Dare to do what it is that you want to do. We get one life. Let's make it all that we can, whatever that is for you. and tell me how life's going for you. And if you want help in these areas, if you want the tools, if you want to talk about whatever it is that we can help you make happen, please do. I am not perfect. I haven't got all the answers, but I will do the best that I can for you in any way that I can. And so will my team and the people around me. I send you love. Remember how wonderful you are. Regardless of what's happened or where you're going or what's going on in the world, focus on what you want. Dare to go for it. And remember how powerful you are and all that you have done and all that you can do. And maybe this is just the beginning of something wonderful and new. And maybe you're just starting. Whatever age you're at, whether you're 20 or 80 or whatever, it all starts here. Let's decide what we want to come from here, to put it out into the world, and let's dare to go be all that we can do. Let's go dare to make whatever it is that we want into reality, regardless of what's going on around us. Please give me a thumbs up if you like it, subscribe, tell me what's going on for you, and I'll speak to you very soon in my next video, where I'm going to talk about what you can do no matter where you're starting financially to get into the green profit zone, which is having more money coming in than going out. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao for now. Trevor Russell, Results Investment Group, Retire Rich, Money Smart Coaching and Mentoring. Speak to you soon. You got this.